When the presidency says that all of these distractions are coming from the north and you're basically trying to give a dog a bad name, talk to me about some of the narratives that we've heard recently around the marginalization of the north. What are your 2 cents about it? Do you think this administration has done anything that suggests that the north is being sidelined?
We know very well that the president did not win it in Lagos, right? And so how can you ever think of blaming the North that gave you the votes to be there? I mean, it's the height of ingratitude. And I think the North has every reason to be angry. Now, there are people who talk about the North being poor and therefore they can always use money to buy off, votes. There are people who are saying all manners of things. That's okay. Let them say what they want to say. And let us wait for 2027 and let us see. Here, I'm not saying the North is going to do one thing or the other, but like I started saying, the test of the pudding is in the eating. Let us see how things will go.
Let me, at this point, advise the federal government, especially, on the distribution of federal resources. From the information available to us, it's like most of the national budget is now tilting to one direction in this country. Yesterday, I was to come by air. Unfortunately, my airline decided to shift our takeoff from 3 to 8 p.m. I had to come by road. From Abuja to Kaduna to Kano was a hell. Terrible. Very bad road. And this is the road that was started many years ago, right from the beginning of the leadership of the APC. Now we are told that there is a road now from the south to east. Let me say at this point that we support infrastructure anywhere in this country. In fact, I was telling myself that I wished that road was done before 2023 election, because I was the only aspirant or candidate who traveled to all nooks and corners across this country. I would have used that road. So we support roads everywhere and any other thing that is good for the people, especially for the masses. But a situation where government is taking our resources and dumping it in what part of the country, and other parts of the country are left just like that, I don't believe that is the right thing to do by the government itself. And this is the time for the government to change, to convince our people that the government is not just on one side of the country.
I respectfully stand on existing protocols, recognizing our able convener, chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. When you have to speak in such a condensed manner, it is not out of place to bring in Tawheed to your rescue. There's a certain Tawheed I want to bring in. The North, for what we are, deeply religious. Our records, our histories have shown we are the ones who will bring an end to this endemic corruption. And the truth of the matter is that we don't say the truth, we don't like the truth, we don't support the truth. And that is why we are not yet able to touch Allah's rahmah by getting the right leaders. Nothing is as powerful as an idea whose time has come. That idea now is that Nigerians have more or less resolved to vote in competence, you can trust. Characters, you know. Compassion, you can feel. Capacity that has been proven.
I agree with you that it's embarrassing that we're still talking about North and South, that it should be based on competence, merit, and ability to perform. But the take is that there are data that they are putting out that is not really representing the true interest of the North. You can't say that the North, for instance, I do not agree. I know what Obi scored in Kaduna in the last election. It's 294,000 votes and 2 hours of rep in Kaduna. And I know what is scored in Plateau. So the North is not what is, and his analysis is showing. The fact that Obi could even take 15.2% vote in the North without the kind of structure that was put in place, without proper preparation, 6 months into the election, the North is not as monolithic as he has come to define it. The fact is that we must be able to see that the North has gone beyond those rhetorics that he's putting out. Look at 2011 election result, when the North decided and committed to the fact that it was their turn. The CPC won almost the state in the North. Ribadu won in Oshu. Jonathan won the whole South and took the North Central. So the best option for a country like us to grow forward is for people to stop coming to television station and insisting that the North will not support to be. That is a wrong. This I'm from the North. I'm from Kogi State. What part of the North is he talking about? I ran in the last election. I saw how a gun was pointed at me in my own local government, in my own coalition center, when Obi was defeating everybody in Olamabro local government. The facts are there. So we need to have an electoral security architecture that protects the interest of the opposition. We need to have an electoral umpire that is transparent, that has the all intent and purposes to conduct a credible, a transparent election. If we have our election, removing the coalition center, and then keeping with the promise of the Independent Electoral Commission to upload results from the polling directly to the IRF, it will save us a lot of cost. It will save us a lot of embarrassment. We know that our election is progressing from ballot box stuffing, from ballot box snatching, and all of that. But we need this amendment. We don't need too many of these amendments that people are putting up today, because if the elections nobody has that capacity to say this rigging in 179,000 polling units. So we need to have that inbuilt system that the electoral umpire will make a rule, because they make regulations and guidelines for conduct of election. They have the 2022 one as we speak. They must make a rule and decide to stand by the rule, because you can't have subsidiary law made by you and then you do not also respect that subsidiary law that the Supreme Court has said several times that is also a law that must be respected by all parties that are participating in an election. So INEC must step up its game to make sure that, because the reason why we have people in government today that are defecting and decamping to other parties because of the promise of we will protect you with security, we will talk to INEC for you. So this system will have to go away. But the mistake they are making now is that they are forgetting that the dynamics of our elections have changed. It has really changed, because there are young people that constitute over 60% of our population that are now very intelligent people that believe in technology, that understand interest of this country, because the unemployment figure is very embarrassing. The unemployment people are underpaid in most of the agencies and institutions. We need to have, the young people are more interested in rescuing this country. And I know that as we move forward, we need people that have financial discipline.
I entered the opposition side of politics when I became chief of staff to the governor in 2002, and we endured that for all of 13 years at least. And it came at a cost. There were things we were denied officially and unofficially. There were inducements from the back, come and join us, and so many other things. And it went as high as presidents using the leverage of being in the majority to throttle and frustrate. People will remember very, very famously and perhaps infamously the role that the federal government used FEMA to play in Lagos. And that was really making life difficult for us at the time. People will remember the seizure of local government monies, and people may not recall. It was 6 states that went to court. I think 5 of them were in the then PDP on local government creation. But they all jettisoned us, and it was only Lagos that pursued that case to the end. And there were so many other instances. So when I say that they went into a slumber, I haven't had a coordinated response, for example, to the 4 tax bills by any of the parties. And you can't be talking democracy without taxation. It's the heart and soul of democracy. What happens to the money bill, and how will monies be spent? Who will pay more? Who will pay less?
My people, make we discuss about this 2027 election. This coalition where all of them don't gather themselves. On critical thinking, if you look at it very, very well, you see say people when they talk about this coalition, now they represent one particular region interest. Why did they even start to form this coalition? Because the present government refused to make suffering one-sided. Always suffering everybody, all baglace, all everybody. The suffering, the way they suffer for here, and the way they suffer over there. Are you getting me? Now what are and that is why they are leaders, because they don't have any other thing they do apart from politics. They will go to they will visit their excellencies, they will carry Ghana bag, share money. But here in this part of the world, we suffer for our money, we struggle for our money, and their own, they don't suffer for their money because they what they do, they enjoy political money. And that is why the present government have shared the suffering equal. It was and that is why they are crying and they are forming coalition. And if this coalition, do you know why this coalition FIFA? Because the coalition of serve the interests of certain people, they will clash. If their coalition don't serve the interests of their region, it will never work. Let's keep our finger crossed and watch how the event unfold. But meanwhile, I'm a waste kind of we don't follow, we know they do anything. I want to look at what I go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen and ladies. See, for some of una, will be say una be appointee of the state government. I know say make una no collect una money, no una no do una job, but I just tell you the truth. As I do like this now, me will be 001. Honorable Okekolo Dr. Susha, I know they against Sheriff. I am not against the governor of Delta State. 100%. I am not against the governor of Delta State. But I am 100%, in fact 1000% against Tinubu. Even if you offer me trillions of naira, I no go support Tinubu. Mike, I tell you, I have reason. Some of them, the hardest thing to do presently now, now ability to convince people, electorate, to vote Tinubu come 2027. It's very, very difficult. Remember, in 2022, prior to the 2023 general election, some of us, they thought say, I will go support Buhari, I will go support Buhari, Buhari will finish economy. That time, our former Governor Ato Okowa, they go for vice president with Atiku Abubakar. All of us, they thought say, dollar will be 300 and something naira. Make it bring them back to where it for collect them for 2015, so that we will support them. Una where they against inflation. Now when inflation don't, in fact, you don't galvanize, you don't double. From that 300 and something way years of 2020 something, 2022. Now, dollar now 1,600. Make una tell me how una want to convince Nigeria, make they vote Tinubu. Tell me how una go take convince Deltans, make they vote Tinubu. Even as influential as Okowa be for Delta State, he lose Delta State. As influential as Okowa, he lose Delta State. Now, when we say, somebody like Okowa, when we say, even Mama Papa, everybody love Okowa. Yet, Okowa was defeated in Delta State. Now, you feel say, you come force Buhari to us. Come and force Buhari to us now. Come and force Buhari to us. Come and force Buhari to us. Make una just give us free and fair election. Make we know whether Tinubu, make we know whether Tinubu go get, what do you call them? 40% vote for Delta State. Give us a free and fair election. If Tinubu get 40% vote for Delta State, may we know what it costs. No be saying our mouth. No be saying our mouth. No be saying we make mouth. For Governor Sheriff Francis Oborowere, your re-election is 100% completed. Me, all of us go follow campaign for you. All of us go vote for you because you are doing well. Yes. We talk about security. You help us. You come out. Now, issue of insecurity now, you don't reduce. We talk about light. Now, you don't move them. You don't sign them. Light now, we don't get light. Kudos to you. Now, I mean, road construction, you are doing well. If governor no they do well, go tell you. If sheriff no they do well, no they fear them. I go tell and say no they do well. Presently, Governor Sheriff is one of the best governor in the whole of Nigeria. Presently, now kudos to you, sir. We love you. We will support your re-election. But you see that Tinubu of 18, make I tell you the truth. No two carry am for head though. May you no go provoke obedient movement. Because if you provoke us, we no go like him. The time when you come need us, we no come support you. For governorship candidate, we no agree to support you. Use brain. Make una do this work. Make una leave us where our mind carry us go. Where our mind carry us go, na better Nigeria. We don't too suffer. Tinubu dey for first tenor. They show us paper like this. Now we say, if he enter Egbebulo na, una know wetin be Egbebulo na. When this na final mission na, you know they go third tenor. That time, he go grind us like paper. He go carry water. Okay, sue any country Nigeria. Go sue any Nigeria and free faith. He help out matter borrowing. What Tinubu has borrowed has surpassed what Buhari has borrowed. It has surpassed what Goodluck Jonathan has borrowed. It has surpassed what Obasanjo borrowed, and all the rest of them. Just in 2 years. In 2 years. We are hungry. People are hungry, and we are smiling. Hungry and smiling. We dey suffer. We dey campaign. Tinubu on your mandate, he shall stand. God go punish all of them. Which mandate you dey punish? Which mandate? Which of your mandate? Mandate where? Very devilish and dangerous and wicked mandate. This man is a very evil man. Man will put us into suffering, put us into hunger and starvation. Now he wants support. We know they support him. We know they support Tinubu. If you like, come and kill us. The only option where you go take force am their place. They say, you tie us rope or you carry us go through for inside prison. Put us for inside prison. We go see them for inside that prison. We go see the campaign against Tinubu. Because that man na evil man. That man no be better person. The very first time where a billionaire they rule Nigeria. The very first time where a billionaire they rule Nigeria. Yes, you know we use the wealth of experience to make you manage Nigeria, make you reduce corruption, make you reduce cost of governance. You just they do everything. People are supposed to not retire. They increase their years in office. How can you?
How are you guys? Sorry, thank you.
President General, you better work for you now. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nigeria,
Nigeria,
so let us leave 2027. If it pleases God that 2027 I will be here, 10,000 opponents, 1 million opponents cannot stop.
That's correct. That's correct.
And I do that from my background. And if God say, I gave you only 4 years, 10 billion supporters cannot go be there.
Yes.
I mean, in fact, my father was a pastor. So, I know that. So, well, you won't be there in 2027 when they hear that you. If I don't want to waste my time responding to you. So I don't respond.
Good.
You want to say, you know, who are you? Who tells you you'll be there? So, let us today have believed, and I should base you today positive. And when Guru comes and we are there, we can discuss it. If you are not discussing 2027, and if you are close to me, you will know that I have refused.
Hi, my people, welcome back. I know many of you must have watched and listened to within them they talk about this video, especially northerners. Though we don't see we northern leaders now they come against Tinubu, but this one we say they come now, they no use the joy come because why dem dey do all dis thing. E don tey wey we dey expose dem give una see na because say opportunity no dey for dem for dis Tinubu regime, na im dem dey do all dis thing wey be say dem dey do. Had it been one small opportunity dey for all dis northern leaders wey be say dem dey criticize Tinubu, if to say dem get any small opportunity, omo dem for no dey come out come dey talk all dis thing wey be say dem dey talk. Why dem dey plan remove dis man be say their own agenda na im I wan leave for una. So dem wan make sure say im no dey. Dem wan make sure say dey carry another northerners wey be say im go fit just dey make im dey, no matter how bad that one is. Na wetin be their own agenda and e no go fit work. The only thing wey be say everybody dey pray for na im be wetin I keep telling una here. I dey tell una say if una allow all these people messed up the way they did during Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, omo e go tough for everybody from the south. Na wetin we dey talk. Although I know say many of you heard and lis ten to the video carefully and understand how everyone who spoke in the video says. I want you to wey be say okay you dey hear us now, drop your own thought on this matter so that we go fit learn too. You know say everybody just dey here to learn. Drop your thought below, make we talk. Thank you.